Hello friends, welcome back to the lecture series of marketing analytics. So today we shall try to discuss the first part of module 3 of our marketing analytics course. And the topic is market basket analysis as well as associative role mining. So let us start with a note that the marketing basket analysis is basically one of the main focal point for the marketers in order to identify what are the relationship among the different product as well as what are the cross relationship among the product when we are actually trying to analyze those things. Because if you collect the last 2, 3 or 6 months sales history from the shopping mall, we could able to analyze in a different way that there are different product like milk, butter, egg. There will be a tendency among the customer to purchase this product together, whereas there will be a cross relationship, like for example with the milk the probability of purchasing beer is minimum. So these type of associative rules means which product are having a close positive impact of purchasing together or which product having a negative impact of purchasing together will becomes under the category of market basket analysis that we are trying to discuss using different type of analytics algorithm of data mining called associative rule mining. So let us start. See, a beer and diaper is one of the famous case study in this regard that from 90s onward, by collecting the data from the different stores as well as the shopping centers of the USA, interesting point are going to be identified that on Friday evening, the probability of purchasing beer and diaper on those shopping centers are much more higher than the others. Although there is not a direct relationship among the beer and diaper, but it may be happen the young father used to purchase the diaper for their kids at the same time for relaxation purpose. On Saturday and Sunday they used to purchase the beer with themselves. There is another close study of Walmart with the customer that they identify that with a particular type of barbecue doll, the tendency of purchasing one particular type of candy is much more than the other. That's why the Walmart authorities later on used to purchase or used to place those candy with the relevant nearby shelf with this barbecue dolls. So this is basically the association among the product which needed to be analyzed in order to read the sentiment about the customer. And this thing later on comes as an algorithm in machine learning or in data mining that we are going to be discussing theory as well as in a lab session today. So let us start to the next part. You see, the associative rule mining is what? It basically a kind of if then else rule statement which try, as I said, to identify that which product are having a close positive relationship, means the tendency that the customer will be definitely or likely to be purchase one product with another, whereas there are certain set of product which having a negatively impact of purchasing together. All these associative mining rule are actually comes into three flavor. One is to identify the confidence factor among themselves. Second is to identify the lift factor, and third is to identify the support factor. So confidence, lift, and support are the three parameters. On the basis of that, this associative rule mining, we could able to judge whether there will be a cross associative rule or a strong bonding between the different element or not. What are the other applications of associative rule mining? In present scenarios, this associative rule mining having a varieties of application including cross-marketing, different type of basket data analysis, customer analytics, we already discussed that, in product clustering, loss leader analysis, where we used to go to the path as, as well as discuss with the other wave related analysis, as well as the fraud detection. So it has a huge variety of application. And I also quoted a funny figure there, like the politician are having always a different impact or the different perception about a particular issue. But wherever you are actually putting a central impose or allegation among themselves, they used to be packed together in order to fight back to you. That means try to shows you that there will be a dynamic nature of packness as well as differ in the characteristics. Similarly, in our real life marketer or marketing data, sometimes some of the product having a close positive impact or a bonding of purchasing together, but later on in some other market scenario or in a others market segment, there will be a negatively impact of purchasing this product together. So these type of thing, being a good marketer or a business organization, you need to be thoroughly analyzed in order to decide your business strategies to survive into this competitive market. I hope the basic definition of associative role mining will be clear to you. It's basically a data mining or a machine learning approaches which try to find out the relationship among the different objects or the different product using different type of parameter, what I already said, like lift factor, confidence factor, and support factor that we are going to be discussed in the later slides. So move on to our next slide. Yes. You see, at the left top hand side, there is a data set. We show a minimum, for example, 8 transaction of a shopping center. For example, TID means the transaction ID 1. A customer purchase bread, peanut, milk, fruit, and jam, and so as the other transaction. So for the sake of simplicity, we have already quoted only 8 transactions from a shopping center. Now, if you try to analyze this 8 transaction in order to find out which product there is a tendency among the customer to purchase together and which product the customers are not purchasing together, if you try to find out this thing, in order to do so, you have to go through some kind of associative role mining algorithms. For example, this bread arrow milk says that it basically a rule which suggests that there is a probability that if a pupil purchase bread, then they also purchase milk. Now, what will be the probability? What percentage of chances are there if the customer will purchase bread and milk will be discussed or will be find out or using the different way of formulas that we will discuss in the next slide. So it is clear that basically the marketers always try to find out the relationship among the different set of products so that they can generate or they can formalize their marketing strategy to compact this product together in a combo offer, or the product which is not going to be very popular among the customers, those products they should be released from their store, online store or whatever that their data warehouse. So this is one of the basic understanding from the associative role mining. So let's move on to the next slide. Yes. You see the same data set we have used this 8 transaction, like the first transaction, customer purchase bread, peanut, milk, fruit, jam. For example, in the 5th number transaction, the jam, soda, chips, milk, bread purchase. Now we have to analyze that what are the probability that if a particular customer purchase bread, then with this bread, there will be a high chance of purchasing milk. So this type of probability analysis we could able to find out using market basket or associative rule mining, which is basically a machine learning approaches. For example, you see the support. What is support? It's written over with the red line. The support is an indication of how frequently the item set appear in the data set. For example, if we take the example of bread arrow milk, this associative rule, please follow my cursor location. If we take the bread arrow milk, this particular association, in that case, the probability by seeing this particular transaction set, the support factor can be what? It will be bread arrow milk, means together the probability of bread arrow milk. What will be the total probability of bread arrow milk? The bread arrow milk probability is basically what? It basically 3, because 3 times together the customers out of this 8 transaction purchase the bread and milk. I think it is clear. By the total number of transactions, the total number of transactions will be 8. So 3 by 8 is 0.38, which is basically the support factor. Similarly, what is the confidence factor? The confidence factor says that the confidence is the indicator of how often the rule has been found. The upper part is same, but instead of the total number of transactions, it is basically the left hand side of this rule, means the bread. Total purchase of bread out of this 8 transaction is 4 times. You see, and out of this 4 time purchasing of bread, 3 times the bread and milk purchased together. So what will be the factor, or what will be the answer of this confidence factor? It will be what? It will be basically 3 by 4, that is 0.75, because bread and milk together purchased 3 times out of this 8 total transaction set, and total number of times the bread is being purchased is 4. So 3 by 4 is 0.75%. We show there is a high confidence that the people who purchase bread are likely to be purchased milk. We should always hunt for high confidence rule whenever we are searching our associative rule. I hope it is clear. And the last factor is called the lift factor. You see, this is the formula of the lift factor. The main simple idea behind this lift factor is that, which is written also there. If the lift factor, for example, if we take this milk bread arrow butter, that means the probability if the customer will purchase the milk and bread, also there is a likelihood that there will be also purchase butter. If this probability is 1.25, that is if the lift factor is 1.25, which clearly indicate that there is a high probability that the milk bread, if you purchase or the customer purchase, they will also likely to be purchase butter. Because if the lift factor will be greater than 1, then there will be a strong relationship or impact between these rules. If the lift factor is less than 1, we suggest that there will be a negatively association between these rules. For example, if for the case of if the milk bread together purchase, after that the probability of purchase butter is, for example, 0.34 or minus 2.35, whatever, less than 0, in that case, we can conclude that the probability of purchasing butter together with this milk and bread will be less. I hope it is clear. If the lift factor is greater than 1, which clearly indicate that there is a high probabilities that the pupil will be purchased this product together. If the associative rule says negative, in that case, there is a less probability they will be purchased together. And the last but not the least is that if the lift factor is 0, which clearly indicate that there is not a strong or any connection between the left hand side of your associative rule with the right hand side. If the lift factor is 0, in that case, the probability of milk bread purchase with the probability of purchasing butter also is having no point. I hope it is clear. Move on to the next and the last part of our discussion, that is called a priori algorithm. So in a priori algorithm, basically, it is basically a data mining algorithm, machine learning algorithm, which try to find out the associative rule from your huge set of mining data in order to find out those rules which are much more promising in the sense that they're having a high confidence factor, high lift factor, and high support factor. So in a priori algorithm, our main aim is to going through the different iteration of these item sets and try to find out the most promising rule by eliminating the less promising rule which having less confidence, support, and lift factor. So this is basically some of the detail of a priori algorithm. I appreciate if you go through this detail, like his algorithm was proposed by Agrawal and Sikhat in 1994. It basically used the bottom-up approach. It basically tried to support an item set which never exceed the support of other item set. So these are the main basic points, and this is basically the algorithm structure or the flow chart. Now, this associative rule mining using this a priori algorithm, we can explain with the help of this simple assignment question. For example, again, there is some transaction set, bread, milk, chips. Number 2 is beer, diaper, bread, milk. And it is given that our confidence factor is 40%, means 0.4%. We have to apply the a priori algorithm in order to find out the suitable prediction. Suitable prediction in the sense that which product out of all this having a strong associative rules or promising rule that the pupil will be purchased, and which product will having a less probability or promising approaches of purchasing together. So depending upon that, we will discard those products and try to concentrate it on those products which having a high promising factor like 0.4% for the case of this particular question. I hope it is clear. So first we have to do is that we have, by this particular table, we have to find out how many times the bread is repeated. For example, bread is repeated in transaction number 1, in 2, not in 3, again in 4 number transaction, 5 number transaction, in this manner. So similarly, we have to count that and write down that bread is repeated in this transaction, that is 6 times. Similarly, milk is repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and so on. So by this chart, we are actually getting this particular table. Over there, it is clear to us that out of all this occurrence, some of the occurrence is 2, 3, 1. We should reject themselves because our confidence factor is 0.4 or 40%, which is mentioned already. So we will discard that and only take the remaining one, like the bread, milk, this beer, diaper, as well as the Coke we are actually taking. I hope it is clear. And so on, we used to find out the other. For example, again, we are from this L1, we have to find out which rules are much more promising, and accordingly, we try to find out the associative rules between them using different type of mining strategies of a priori algorithm, and we got their computed value, which clearly indicate that 5, 3, 5, 2, so 2, 1, all these factors we are actually going to be removed. So this is all about. In our practical classes, we shall try to discuss all these things using Weka, because Weka is one of the important associative rule mining platform, which is very much easier for a non-programming background student like you. For example, if you just open this Weka, this is the Weka set. In this Weka set, the moment you are actually opening Weka, an interface will be actually given to you. in this interface, we have to import it, those files on which we would like to perform this Aporai algorithm or market basket analysis. For example, I try to open an inbuilt file which is already there in this Weka, folder. Let me first go through this C drive where this Weka folder is there. Just a second. So we have to go to this Weka folder. For example, this Weka folder, this is in program file. Inside this program file, there is a Weka 3.8.4, that is the version. And then using this particular data, you see there are so many data set. Out of that, we are actually choosing one data set, that is the supermarket, because it contains the supermarket related grocery item. So I click to import that into our Weka interface. You see, it is already imported. Let's see. There are so many basic understanding we could able to get from this interface, like this particular data set consisting of more than 4,600 data or the record, and there are 217 columns. So we have to perform our Aporai algorithms for market basket analysis on this huge set of data, which is manually not possible. So what we will do, we will just click on the associative rule mining tab. That is one of the fantasy of this Weka platform, that it is basically inbuilt supporter of market basket analysis or associative rule mining. So you click associative tab, you just select the Aporai algorithm. You select the Aporai algorithm. You can choose your promising rule. For example, out of this 10 rule, 10 highest promising rule, which having a high confidence factor, high lift factor, and high support factor, we I already discussed. I'm just making this 5. That means I'm interested of viewing only the top 5 rule which having good lift factor, confidence factor, and support factor. So I just click there and click on the start. The moment you click on the start, you are actually getting the run of this Aporai algorithm, which actually showing you that there are some interesting things which are showing you. I just try to explain that there are total 4,627 instances on which you apply your associative rule mining, and it consisting of 217 column. And after this Aporai algorithm, you just get only the 5 promising rule. You see this 5 promising rule which having high confidence factor. You see the confidence factor is high, 0.92%. The lift factor, as I said, if any lift factor is greater than 1, that means there is a strong bonding among these products. So, for example, the biscuit, food, fruits, together they will be purchased with the bread and cake. The probability is very high, that is 0.92 out of 4,600 something record. 723 times this particular rule has been executed, which clearly indicate that the probability of purchasing the biscuit with bread and cake is much more higher than the other. And similarly, the other probability as well as the other confidence factor are listed there. You can see in a quick way, without using or without any knowledge of any programming fundamentals, you can able to analyze huge set of marketing data using this type of analytics tool, which is a very wonderful experience. I hope it is clear to you. So let us close this thing. It has no use for it. So this is all about our today's discussion. If you have any queries, you can ask me later on, or you can mail me. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this lecture. See you in our next class.